Mr. Speaker, to begin, I want to pay my respects to the memory of Lorraine Sinclair Thuringer, who is the mother of Chief Adrian Sinclair of Lake St. Martin First Nation, and she passed away recently. Tragically, she is about the 70th person from this community who has passed away since the evacuation 4 years ago on May the 8th, 2011. The community was evacuated because the flood was created and the province diverted water into Lake Manitoba and then into Lake St. Martin and artificially flooded people in this community. I would ask the Premier if he could tell us the current status of the return of the people of Lake St. Martin, Little Saskatchewan, and Dauphin River to their communities in a safe and dry way.
I had the opportunity of speaking with Chief Adrian Sinclair last Thursday, and I extended my condolences to him as well in person on the loss of his mom. This indeed is a sad situation, Mr. Speaker, where 4 communities have been directly impacted, where many of their community members have had to reside elsewhere. I am happy to say, however, that none are staying in hotels, so that's a good thing. If we are to take anything positive out of it, I had the opportunity of meeting with the Federal Minister of Indian Affairs, the Honorable Bernard Valcourt. He and I had the opportunity of sharing our frustration with the lack of progress it would appear that we're making, but in fact there is progress being made, because what we're talking about for a couple of these communities is simply not returning them home to their original homeland, but in building entire communities right from the ground up. So that has been frustrating, and we are doing our best to ensure that that happens quickly.
Mr. Speaker, how many more people, like Chief Adrian Sinclair's mother, will have to die before this issue is resolved? Mr. Speaker, the people of these communities continue to suffer the frustrations of a 4-year stalemate, a 4-year logjam in progress as a result of the inactions and the inability of this government to effectively get things done. Right. The cost has been enormous, far more than $100 million in looking after evacuees to date, and far more than we can ever really understand in terms of lives and people. I wonder if the government is contributing to the stalemate by bargaining unfairly. For example, Bertha Travers, who was in the gallery today, asks why the government is only offering Little Saskatchewan 60 homes when there were more than 100 homes destroyed in the flood.
Without accepting any of the preamble that the member has just expressed, allow me to bring to his attention some of the progress that has been made by community, Mr. Speaker, with Lake St. Martin. Starting with Lake St. Martin, we've developed with the community, with the federal negotiator, Mr. Sid Duchak, and with our provincial negotiator, Harold Westall, who has been working with the leaders of these 4 communities on the east side of the flood control structure. A community plan has been formulated with the Lake St. Martin people, and work on the site is currently underway. An expression of interest has been posted by the First Nations project manager for voice and data service to the community as well. For the Little Saskatchewan First Nation, 114 homes are going to be cost shared, along with most of the infrastructure, including roads and drainage, water treatment plants.
Order, please. The Honourable Minister's time on this question has elapsed.
Mr. Speaker, Lake St. Martin's water level was last read yesterday at 801.28 feet above sea level. This is well above the level, 797 to 800 feet, that the Lake Regulation Review Committee said was the desirable goal. It is less than half a foot shy of the flood level, and much of the land previously occupied by these evacuated communities remains sodden and not inhabitable. Can the Premier tell us Is he using a cooperative approach with the people of Little Saskatchewan, Lake St. Martin, and Dauphin River to manage the level of Lake St. Martin? Or is the Premier still proceeding in a unilateral, heavy-handed way that sustains unacceptably high levels in water in Lake St. Martin?
Mr. Speaker, the plan is this, between the federal government, ourselves, and the First Nations. The priority is to get the people to their homeland as quickly as possible. If I may continue with the Little Saskatchewan First Nation, 114 homes are being cost-shared there with most of the infrastructure, including roads and drainage. And it wasn't easy to get to that point because we had to deal with the RM of that area, the water treatment plant, sewage lagoon, water tanks and septic facilities for each home and community buildings. And Canada will be covering the cost of 16 additional homes to address overcrowding and infrastructure, including repairs to teacherages, along with water trucks, heavy equipment, and maintenance buildings. With the issue of Dauphin River, the infrastructure requirements there are plentiful, and piped water and sewer among them, a landfill site, a school, a band office, health
Order,
center.
please. The honourable minister's time on this question has elapsed.